Number 2 on my list of top 10 mental health tips is about, it's a heavy topic, shame and guilt. I describe them as cinder blocks around our ankles, and they keep us paralyzed, and they really do. They have a very destructive ability and a destructiveness to our mental and physical health. And in fact, shame is universal. We all experience it. We all feel it. And we all don't want to talk about it. Shame is often associated to self, and guilt is associated to behavior. So shame will say, I am a bad person, whereas guilt will say, I've done a bad thing. And guilt's actually probably better for you, although it won't serve you. And so these are feelings that we really do have to take very, very careful awareness with. Because one of the things that really grows shame is silence. And so often it's in secrets, family secrets, secrets of abuse, that shame really festers and grows. And we know this because silence encapsulates secrets. And the thing about silence is that you never get to the antidote. And the antidote is that empathy and that compassion and that guiding hand bringing you back to say it's not your fault. But we spend our entire life holding onto feelings of shame and guilt. They're very powerful, so they've probably been used for centuries to keep us obedient. And even if you look at when the seeds of shame are often planted, it's in our childhood. And so you have very well-meaning, and I want to stress that, well-meaning adults and religious leaders and teachers who shame us for being human. And often it's because they're trying to keep us safe and keep us on the straight and narrow. But what we don't realize is that byproduct is that as a child we get taught, I need to be a good little girl in order to receive love, and I need to be an obedient little boy in order to be accepted. I have to be a compliant child so that I get the sense of belonging. And these are terrible scripts. These are very destructive, because you deserve love, belonging, and acceptance when you're at your worst. That is when you need it the most. That's when we deserve it the most. And so here we have generations of adults with these very, very heavy feelings of shame that we drag around with us, which incidentally obviously have such an impact on our self-esteem, which is our psychological survival. And so my wish for you is that when you start to see where some of these seeds of shame were planted, you will realize that it was never your shame to begin with. It was never your shame to begin with. You shouldn't be carrying it. And it's time to put it down. It's time to put it down.